Everyone from the Princeton Review to Condé Nast Traveler regularly ranks Rollins as one of America's most beautiful college campuses. Zoom in, though. Take, for example, our conference-style learning environment. Consider the dozens of high-end laboratories and collaborative workshops. Drop in on the professional performance venues where our student artists hone their crafts. Stroll by the courts and playing fields where our student athletes develop lifelong leadership skills. Take a closer look at Rollins, and you'll realize our beauty runs deep.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to K-Hall Sanspur Field and Barker Family Stadium here on the campus of Rollins College. On December 7th, 1972, Apollo 17 launched from Kennedy Space Center just a few miles east of us with Commander Gene Cernan, Harrison Schmitt, and Ronald Evans on board. Today, just under an hour ago, as you see, the view from Rollins College of Artemis II on its way to the moon, the first time in 53 years we have sent astronauts to the moon, as it is carrying Commander Reed Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover, mission specialist Christina Koch, and mission specialist Jeremy Hansen. As a wonderful view, as many Rollins students took pause to watch that launch of Artemis II on its way to the moon today for the better part, for the first time in over half a century, something that I'm sure many Rollins students did back in 1972. Hi, everybody. I'm Clark Sprinkle, bringing you all of the Rollins College men's and women's lacrosse action here throughout the 2026 season. All, I should say, not quite all. Wasn't able to have that men's game for you earlier today. But here with us today is somebody who was here for that game. Eric Covell joining us today. And Eric, just a absolutely beautiful day, beautiful evening for lacrosse here in the Sunshine State.
Yeah, it's been a great afternoon here with Rollins taking on Florida Tech earlier today with the men's game. Rollins lost a close game 10-6 while going down early in the game 6-1, but fighting back throughout the game, getting the lead down to 3 in the closing minutes while Florida Tech scored their 10th goal to close up the game.
And now from K-Hall Sandspur Field, we pause for our national anthem. From K-Hall Sandspur Field, our national anthem. Eric, coming into this one, Florida Southern. I got Florida Southern, the second-ranked team in the country on my brain. Normally, that's where Tampa would be, number 1 or number 2. They are not right now. They are number 6 in the country. Only 2 losses for them this year, coming against the 5th-ranked team in the country, UIndy, earlier in the season, just a few days ago, against the 8th-ranked team in the country, fellow Sunshine State Conference foe, Lynn, a 13-14 loss for the Spartans in that one. Coming into this one, Eric, what do the Spartans need to do to get the victory today?
Yeah, Spartans need to work off Jenna Mahal and Payne Howell, who look to continue to have a big game. For each of them, combined 8 points against Florida Tech last game in that big win. And Isabella Avila with 13 draw controls, with the team having advantage 21-10. So those 2 things right there, if Tampa's able to do that and work around that throughout the game, they should be able to have a big game.
Spartans in 2025 went up to Salem, Virginia, and won the national championship. The year before, they came here to Winter Park and won the national championship at Showalter Field. Back-to-back national championships for the Spartans, trying to make it 3 in a row. Maybe not the regular season they were hoping for, but they are an absolute weapon out there. They are the 6th-ranked team in the country. Tars coming into this one 9-3 on the season. They're 8-9 all-time against the Spartans. They haven't had a victory over the University of Tampa in nearly 5 years. Eric, what did the Tars need to do to get the victory today?
Yeah, with a bunch of new faces stepping up in different roles, they have to take out every opportunity they see. They have to be able to capitalize on those. Not let too many turnovers happen, cause turnovers, win some draws, and slow down Isabella Avila at the center.
Tars are out causing turnovers to their opponents 9-7, so a nice victory there. Just a margin of 2, however. Tars struggled at the draw circle a little bit against St. Leo. They certainly would love to improve on that here this afternoon. Tars coming off that 13-22 loss to St. Leo here on Saturday. Game that I'll remember for a very, very long time for a lot of different reasons. But nonetheless, we are underway here at Barker Family Stadium. First draw comes up. Tars working it right at the sideline, and it's right there. Who's going to come away with it? The 3 black jerseys do. Tampa has the ball. They're on the line. No call. They're clearly out of bounds. 2 officials are right on the line watching. They're out of bounds.
That took them a little bit to call that out of bounds.
They didn't call it out of bounds. That's the problem. They didn't call him out of bounds. They called a foul against the Tars. The Tars are now 1 woman down. That is bizarre. They took 3 steps out of bounds. We're right on top of it here, Eric. And we can clearly see the official was in the perfect position to make that call didn't make it.
Officials.
Back underway. Tampa with the ball, left side. They work it up top center. They've got a 1-woman advantage at the moment. They work it back behind. At X over right side. Skip pass across. That finds back of the net.
Right through the middle of the field. And they feed it right inside on top of the crease into the back of the net.
Yeah, just a nice pass across. Certainly a high pass, but a nice handle and a nice goal there for the Spartans for them to get things going. Kaylee Van Valdricken credited with the goal there. Troutwine out there to take the draw for the Tars. All is up, comes out in favor of the Tars as Mendez will take a bit of a circuitous route to that one, and Spartans come away with it. They've got Spartans have help here near the box. Big long pass, Tars jump it, knock it down, out of bounds. And okay, all right, Tars ball. I thought that was last touch by the Tars, but okay.
Officials didn't see it.
All swung over right side now. Tars looking to roll underneath. Beat one defender. They work it back behind. Run through X. Left side, swung up, top left. Bell goes to her right. Comes back lefty. Swings it over right side. Tars taking that step in. Beat a defender. Looking to beat two. Get hammered to the ground. Flag is down. Tars will be on the 8-meter here coming up as they just got upended on the way to the cage there.
Coming right into the middle of the field. Defender steps up. Puts her right on the ground.
Certainly a bit of a big hit there for the Tars. I think it was one of those things that looked worse than it really was. Shot, goal, Tars! Beautiful goal there, Sydney Nickel credited with the goal.
And that's her 6th goal of the season for the junior.
Yeah, she's been just a really strong player for the Tars here this year. Everybody checking off. Nickel will check off. Got until you get down to the 60 now with this rule, but officials say everybody's good. On the draw. Eric, that's a rule that I thought was going to come into effect more often. And let's see if we got a Troutwine will be checking out here. Not sure what the issue was. If it was an issue with her stick. No, she is going to check in with the trainer here, Will Troutwine. Just had some sort of issue there, and officials letting her head off. Ball is up, out in favor of the Tars. It's a foot race. Mendez comes away with that one. Nice draw. Nice ground ball. Tars are in. Challenge, big swing there, no call. That's how Vivian controls, top left. High pressure there from the Spartans. She works that one off. That's how Vivian runs it through X. Swings it over right side. Tars trying to invert the field here a little bit, but don't swing it over to Bell, top center. Directs some traffic, goes to her right now. Mendez fakes left, goes right underneath, no angle there, runs it back through X, eyes up the field, looking for that cutter. It's not there, works it up to Hav Vivian. 45 seconds on the shot clock, plenty of time for the Tars. Inlet pass misses the mark. That's going to be picked up out of the air by the Spartans. Quickly worked up there at midfield as a Successful clear. Spartans turn on the Jets. They're going to head right at the cage. Tars need to slide and slide quick. They do. Work it, force the ball back behind. Ball left side now, coming up above the GLE. Trying to roll underneath. Nicely defended by the Tars. Again, trying to step up. Well defended. There's that shot right in traffic, and a nice save by the Tars. Lentz controls that one. Works it over far side. Now back to Lentz. Lentz now near side with the ball as Thurston controls. She's challenged. She's in trouble. Needs to work it up. One hand on the stick. Works it up. Nice pass in traffic to Havivian. Now we'll check it in and work it back behind. Great defensive possession there, or defensive stand rather, by the Tars. They'll roll underneath. They'll shoot. They'll score. Nice goal there by Mendez, rolling underneath and just finding that extra seam as Havivian starts with the ball, works it back behind. Ball coming in through X, just gets that roll underneath, gets that extra step as the slide comes over. Does a great job, does Mendez, of not getting a defender with a dangerous follow through there.
And she puts it behind the net, behind the goalie for her 28th goal of the season, continuing a great redshirt senior year for Molly Mendez.
$11-17 remaining here in this first quarter of action. Tars out to a 2-1 lead. Ball is up. Tars coming away with that one. That makes 2 in a row there for Abby Amisego. Tars working it down into their offensive third over to Havivian. Off swings it down to Troutwine. Got a defender hung up other side of the cage. We'll run it up above the GLE. Up top center, Havivian. Looks to drive. No, inlet pass down low. It's not there. Tars will pull it back out. Now they'll drive. Work it back behind. Coming around left side. Well defended there by the Spartans. Inlet pass. Tars lose the handle. Ball on the deck. Ground ball is going to be battled for, and that's going to be a pass. It's not a shot, so it's touched by the Tars. It'll be Spartans' ball. All worked here near side. Right in the middle there. Excellent clear by the Spartans. Successful. Big swing there by the Tars. No call. Ball on the deck. Will be gathered back up and swung back behind. Tampa swings it over right side now, up top center. Looks like they have that personnel they want out there. Look to even things up here against the Tars.
Looking for some cutters inside while the ball is behind GLE.
Skipped up, top right. Nobody cutting through the middle, though. Now they'll look to drive. Tars don't need to slide. They're well defended. They swing it back behind, and we're going to have a whistle. It's an off-ball foul against the Tars. That's going to put the Spartans on the 8-meter. I didn't see a signal. Did you see? I saw just a signal for the stoppage. I did not see a signal of what the penalty was.
I only saw a signal for the stoppage also, just an off-ball.
I just saw the signal to stop the clock. Nothing else. There's a drive, there's a shot, and there's a goal for the Spartans. So difficult to make a save on an 8-meter right there. And I think that went 5-hole there on Lentz. And, Lentz has a unique stance, I will say, on the 8-meter, but it's worked for her so far this season. She's had a couple of really, really fantastic games. And, sitting at a 42% save percentage right now for the year. Transfer student out of Bethesda, Maryland. Ball is up, and on the deck will be gathered up by Tampa. Spartans will work it over left side. Nice pressure from the Tars D out past the 12. Ball at X. There's that pass across. Great slide for the Tars. Beautiful slide. And that's so hard right there for Barta to pull up like that, not just run through somebody. What a great slide there by Barta. And another great defensive play by Barta. Who backs that one up? No signal from the official. Tars ball! They'll quickly work it to Lentz. Great defensive stand there from the Tars on the back of Barta right there.
Two great slides right there, and then they turn over the ball. And now they're clearing the ball.
Right there at midfield. It's a ground ball battle that, guess who? Barta will win again. Uncharted territory on the offensive end of the field. She needs some help.
Yes, she does. And there she goes. She gets the help she needs.
Yeah, just kind of rolls that one to Allegra Ryan. Nice heads-up play. Being creative. We've seen her be creative a couple times this season. Ball top center now for the Tars. Lose the stick on a nice check there from the Spartans, and it's a ground ball battle. Tars stop it before it goes out of, okay, they're gonna say, no, they signaled Tars ball, now they signaled Spartans ball. I thought they stopped it before it went out of bounds, but.
It was very close, right on the line.
Signal initially went in the way of the Tars, but it was last touch by the Tars. I just didn't see if it went out of bounds. As the Spartans control in their offensive third now. Work that one back behind. Ball at X. Tars pressuring well out past the 12. Double team is on. Spartans are in trouble, but they slip that. Slide comes across. Pass goes across. Slow whistle. Shot is going to be saved by Lentz on the little knuckleball that kind of popped out of the back of the stick. And we've seen those score a couple times this year. So hard to stop a shot when it just comes out weird like that. But great job adjusting from Lentz and making a nice save there.
And it's just a little unpredictable sometimes where the shot's gonna end up.
Reminds me of a Sunshine State Conference great, sadly the late Tim Wakefield. Of course, standout baseball player, multiple World Series rings and championships, Pirates player and a Red Sox player, and before all that, a Florida Tech player. That's Bell.
Speeds by her defender to find help.
Yeah, I think she ran about 50 or 60 yards right there.
Yeah.
Just back and forth. Eventually lays that one off as the Tars control. Right side, under 30 to shoot now. They'll make it drive in. Get pushed, no call. Tars looking for that shooting space call. It's not. They'll work it back behind. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Above, right side, shot misses the mark. No reset. Are we going to have reset? We've got a player down here for the Tars. We're going to have are we going to have a card come out? Dangerous propel is the call. Dangerous follow-through, I believe, is going to be the call. Let's get it from the official. Yellow card against the Tars. That's Tessa Vivian with the yellow card there. Dangerous follow-through. As Vivian will sit down here for a couple minutes. Spartans will control, start on their defensive end. At midfield and a successful clear. Spartans work it up top center. They lose the handle. Ground ball is going to be knocked around. Tars trying to kick it, but can't come up with it. And Tampa comes back up with possession. Under 60 to shoot now. Swung over, top right. Now back behind for the Spartans.
Something right now.
Tars playing excellent D, not pursuing back behind right now as they are one woman down. See the stoppage of the shot clock. Looks like we're going to have an 8 meter. I didn't see a signal again from any of the officials. In case you're wondering, that penalty clock continues to run with the game clock. It's not run off the shot clock. The penalty clock runs with the game clock. This play is blown in. Shot saved by Lentz! What a save! Tars now switching the field here, hoping for a little spark with 35 seconds left in that penalty. Love to kill some time, get back to all even here.
Would be a great man down penalty kill.
Beautiful pass all the way across the field, but and it looks like we're going to have a green card coming out here. Right in green card territory right there at midfield. Illegal use of the stick is the call. Tars will be all even for 22 seconds, and then we'll go one woman up for 38 seconds. Here's my Rollins College maths paying off there, Eric. Tars work it back behind.
10, 9, 8, 7.
All worked around left side, back through X now.
4, 3, 2.
Swung up, top center.
Release.
Tars now back to full strength for them, however, have a one-woman advantage at the moment.
Little feet of hockey going on right now.
Yeah, nice check there. Beautiful check from Thurston. Knocks it loose, and Tars will come away with that one as Nickel comes up with the ground ball. And a timeout is going to be called by head coach Tom Kinley, and a nice called timeout there. And so important, the well-timed timeout calls, and that was one right there, Eric.
Yeah, that was a great one right there. Slow things down, keep possession, regroup, resettle up. With about 20 seconds left on this man up, see if capitalize on that opportunity with about 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Apparently a beautiful evening for lacrosse. Temperature at game time, 75 degrees. Rain not supposed to be a factor here this evening on an evening that has just been, well, nice. It was a little windy, we should say, back here on Saturday, and maybe a little bit warm for you here this afternoon, as the day job duties kept me away from being here this afternoon, but certainly would have liked to have been here with you folks for that game. Unfortunately, Tars not able to get that victory, but Eric, certainly nice work on the broadcast, though, nonetheless.
Thank you.
Yeah, as coming into this one, we talked about that game against St. Leo, the 11th ranked team. Tars retained that 14th ranked position. They've been sitting at 14 here for a few weeks now, and you know they've dropped a game to the 5th ranked team in a tight game, 11-15 against Embry-Riddle on the road over in Daytona Beach, and then dropped that one at home here on Saturday. 13-22, just not the performance the Tars were looking for against St. Leo. They were just a step behind, it seemed like, on defense that kind of entire game. We've seen a different look from the Tars defense here tonight. Certainly a level of ferocity that maybe we haven't seen here in a couple games. And, you know, you get maybe a couple new faces out there and really, really playing hard here.
Yeah, a new face might be a new spark for them on defense.
Tars would love a spark right here to break this 2-2 tie with 3:02 remaining in this first quarter of action. They've got it back behind. Inlet pass gets deflected, but Tars come up with that one. Work it back behind, swung over right side. Inlet pass, Tars can't handle it, however. Spartans come away with it. Penalty is released. Back to full strength now for both teams. And Tampa trying for a clear here. Work it near side, just kind of hiding out there by the Rollins bench. And do. Ball work back through X. Double pressure is on there from the Tars back behind. Excellent effort. Forcing a difficult pass there, but a successful one nonetheless. Ball right side. Spartans swinging up, top center. Left side now, looking for that cutter. Not a whole lot of cutters coming through in front of the cage here. We saw a ton of that against St. Leo, and haven't seen it here tonight. Shot from downtown. Finds the back of the net. That was out past the 8, I think.
It's a Spartan goal for second in the game. Short number 26, Mary Kate Person.
As the Spartans just cut across. You know, out high, just right at the top of the 8, just let that one rip. And I think a little bit of a screen almost from Lentz there. Lentz really not able to see the ball coming out of the stick. And
yeah, that was a difficult shot to save on the run, off to the right.
yeah, especially when you switch fields like that, you have the goalie basically moving from their right to their left, tracking that shooter across, and that shot then comes back to your right side. All of your momentum as a goalie is going to your left to follow that shot, be in the right position, make that save with your body, then it comes back across the other side. Just difficult. Draw control won by the Spartans. They'll look to drive. There's the slide from the Tars. They step up. Nice slide. They'll force that one back out. Swung back behind quickly over right side now. Spartans beating the defender, but slide came quick. However, the secondary slide doesn't come across, but you don't need it when you've got Lentz in the cage and comes up huge right there.
Amazing leg save right there. Right off of her leg.
Just really impressive right there. I mean, that's a goal 11 times out of 10 right there. Lentz just stole that.
Right on top of the crease, turns and rips it right into the net, and she saved it. Great save to keep this game at 1-goal lead.
Tars struggling with the clear. They're 84% on clears here this season. You'd love to see that up in the 90% range. They'll get pushed there right at the box, but eventually we'll clear it across Will Thurston.
Yeah, she sprints past her defenders. Oh, takes it all the way behind Gioli.
Thurston. Tars trying to slow things down a little bit here. So swing it over right side.
With about a minute separating the game clock and shot clock, they could draw this one all the way out to the end of the first quarter.
All over right side. And you know what? It looks like they could. And if they retain possession at the end of the quarter, they'll start the second quarter with the ball. However, shot clock wouldn't reset. So it doesn't do you any good. You got to get the shot off. The Tars do it, misses the mark. Really what you're hoping for is a reset of the shot clock. And Tars will go quickly. 2 seconds to shoot. And they can't get that off. That'll do it for this first quarter of action. So now, here's something I don't know, Eric. I don't know the answer to this. The game clock went off. Tars had possession. In theory, the Tars should start with possession of the ball in their offensive end. It was about a half-second difference, maybe.
Yeah.
Tars should start with possession in their end. Obviously, not going to do anything in half a second.
No.
So it'll be almost an immediate turnover for, a shot clock violation or possession clock violation, at which point it'll be turned over to the Spartans, but the Tars should start with the ball with the second quarter.
Yeah, they'll have about 0.3 seconds on the shot clock, so might be enough time to get something off, but if not, just toss it in the corner, get back on defense, and get ready for that ride.
Yeah. As the officials are going to come over here and talk to the clock operator, this is a tough one. This certainly deserves a conference here. Is everybody getting some clarification? And it looks like they have it. 0.3 on the shot clock when the game clock went off. Yep, there we go. So 0.3 is the count. So Tars will start with the ball. Start the second quarter, and Tom Kinley, head coach Tom Kinley, wants to move that decimal point a little bit and say 3 seconds. 3 seconds on the shot clock, right? No. 0.3.
It is worth a try.
It is worth a shot. Hey, if you don't ask for it, you're not going to get it, Eric.
Exactly.
I know that much.
So
it's worth a shot.
Worth the ask.
Yep, certainly worth the ask. And so he'll conference with the three officials out there, as well be joined there by head coach Kelly Gallagher, two-time national champion coach for the Spartans. As we'll head back out there. Nope. But we're all smiles still. We're all smiles still out there at the coaches' conference between Gallagher and Kinley, and smiles from the officials as well. Tampa is heading out there like it's going to be a draw.
And so is the refs.
Well, I don't. One ref is heading out there. Okay, somebody's going to have to explain this one to me.
Me as well, because I thought that was going to be Tars' possession.
I thought the Tars had possession with 0.3 of a second left on the. Maybe it was 0.3 of a second left on the game clock, but then we should still have a whistle to start. I don't know. We're going to have to get clarification on this one at the break, Eric, but I thought that there was 0.3 more.
Because the game clock did have less time than the shot clock. So.
I thought it did. You can't do anything with it. It just removes that draw and makes Tampa essentially start at the other end. I don't know. I guess you'd rather almost have a draw. It gives you a 50-50 chance at least.
Yeah.
Whereas if you wouldn't have a chance on the other way. However, that chance goes for naught as Tampa wins the draw into their offensive end. They'll work it up top center. Look to drive. Get that shot off. Misses the mark. Hits a whole bunch of nothing, but backed up by the Spartans. Pass finds a whole bunch of nobody, and Spartans step over the line. That'll be Tars' ball. Yeah. Offsides is now a cardable foul this year, as it wasn't always a card. If you didn't have possession, there wasn't possession right there, but nonetheless. Anytime somebody comes off sides, it's a green card that's going to come out, and possibly a change of possession as well. Tars one woman up for 1 minute on the green card. Ball worked near side. And we've just switched the alternate possession. I'm not sure why, but nonetheless, as ball on the deck in the Tars offensive zone, however, Spartans will come away with it. Spartans control. They are one woman down at the moment. Seen plenty of shorthanded goals from plenty of teams this year, though.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release.
All over right side.
Spartans are now equal now after that penalty kill.
They'll work it off left side, inlet pass. Slide comes, but not in time. Shot just rips right past Lentz there and finds the back of the net.
And that is already a hat trick for Mary Kay Person with her third goal with just 13 minutes left in the second quarter.
Just a nice move. The nice pass across, and a great find on a great cut, and Lynch just couldn't get to that one. Just a nice hard shot.
It was almost similar as the last one, moving to the right side.
Yeah.
Hip side shot.
And shooting across the body there.
Difficult shot to save.
Troutwine back out there to take the draw for the Tars, and unfortunately finds a Spartan stick in the air. Nice challenge there from the Tars. As Spartans have been going pretty quick. Inlet pass, nice check from the Tars, knocks it down, and they'll come up with the ground ball. They're in trouble, but roll out of it, does Barta.
The Spartans were looking for another quick one right inside, but they just weren't able to hang on to it.
Weber works it back over, midfield now to Hunter and far side of the field. Tars quickly work it down, pass back up high. Bell can't make the handle, it's on the deck and be knocked around. How Vivian's got a lane to come up with it, she does. She's challenged well outside, but lays that one off, and Tars will retain possession, 50 seconds to shoot. Tars will drive to their right, shot misses the mark, and that was from way outside, but they'll back it up. Bring it in back right. All coming up, right side, swung over to Bell. Skips to her left, comes back to her right. Rolls underneath, gets her hands free, and that one just popped out of her stick a little odd.
It's great defense.
Picked out of the air.
On her hands how she was shooting that.
Yeah, excellent D there from the Spartans. It's a beautiful move from Bell. KB just with a great move, but just couldn't succeed there. Pass is going to be made back behind. Coming around left side now. Swung up, top center. Spartans control right side. We're going to have a foul there called against the Tars. And I don't know if that was off ball. Again, I haven't seen it. The only signal I saw was from the official signaling for the clock stoppage. But it's a free position nonetheless. Now, must have been off ball, as that shot will be saved from Lentz.
What a save.
Another great save. However, it'll be backed up by the Spartans. Make that pass over left side. Great slide across from the Tars, and oh! I think we've got a clock issue here. We're gonna get a reset of the shot clock. And the shot clock was reset, but I guess they get a second reset. It was reset, but official comes over and says reset it again. So another 12 seconds added back on to that possession. One job I did one time, Eric, was try to operate the shot clock, and I failed miserably at it. And a nice goal there from the Spartans.
Again, Mary Kay Person.
Yeah,
now her fourth goal.
Yeah, she has been an absolute force to be reckoned with here this evening. 4 already.
That's now her 45th goal in the season.
Wow. Some wholesale substitutions here for the Tars as Ayers and Torpy will check out. Troutwine out there. Ball is up, and Tampa in position to come up with the ground ball. They'll quickly work it across and into their offensive third as this game was tied, knotted up at 2-2 for the longest time, and now this 3-goal run has given the Spartans a 5-2 lead.
Yeah, this second quarter has been all Tampa.
They'll swing it over left side. Take that drive in, and another great save! Wow, what a great save. That 5-hole shot as Lentz goes down to a knee to make that save and comes up big.
That's her 6th save of the game.
Just a great save, great body positioning, and controls the rebound too. That's what's so important on those bounce shots. So often you get that ricochet coming out, does a great job of controlling that rebound. That's all in body positioning. Bounces off of you, ball deflects right in front of you, you control, you switch the field. You know, this game, quite frankly, should be about 7 or 8-2. It's not, it's 5-3 now as the Tars come away with a great goal right there.
And
Beautiful.
That is Ashley Thurston's first goal of the season.
Excellent work there from Thurston, graduate student, Orlando, Florida, Lake Highland product. Nice big smile from her, which you should. Always exciting to see. As you know, that goal, Eric, right there, it really kind of started with that great save from Lentz.
It did, and then her clear to midfield, and then they were able to clear it all the way down into Tampa's half, and then they were able to set up that goal right there to make this lead down to 2 now.
Ball is up, but again, Spartans come away with it. They lose the handle, but pick up the ground ball. Tars trying to redefend. Hustle is on there from Bell. And the Tars pick it off. Great job there by Barta. Comes up with the ground ball, loses the handle yet again. And will work it now near side. Great defensive play there by Barta yet again. And great hustle with Bell. Won't go in as a cause turnover by Bell, but man, she put the pressure on and it just helped that extra little bit. Great communication there from the Tars as Tars come up. Barta goes over, but loses the handle in the process. And Barta looks a little gassed out there right now. She has had the ball for about the last 40 seconds, it seems like. Spartans are in. Tars need to slide and slide quick. And they push that one off to shut down the fast break.
Yeah. Defense got back to not let them be able to get that fast break.
All swung over right side. Tars try to jump that pass. They do knock it down yet again. Another Cards turnover by the Tars. Spartans lose their footing, lurk it over near side, but they lose the handle, but come up with the ground ball. All worked here. Near side, nice pass up to Mendez, coming there from Newby. All far side, Tars can't make the handle, however, and it's on the deck, quickly picked up by the Spartans. Black jerseys heading the other way. Nice check from the Tars, ball on the deck. Trying to play some field hockey, but Spartans come away with it. Nice check, no, says the officials. Not nice. And no, it was a timeout. I thought it was a foul. It was a timeout called by head coach Kelly Gallagher.
Great timeout by Kelly. Calling it timeout as her player was getting double teamed. So keeping possession. Now they could plan something for the next 80-second play right here.
As the Tars have narrowed that lead back to 2 goals here in this one.
Yeah, but the second quarter has been all all Tampa, but now Tars are turning it around, trying to get a little momentum swing.
Tars have started out great, and then game just kind of sat there at that stalemate, Eric, at 2 apiece. It was just this kind of back and forth, and nothing really too exciting from Tampa, just that kind of, drive and get a goal. Drive and get a goal. They've had a lot of success where they can get Lentz moving to her left and then shoot back across her body to her right. But then Lentz has also come up huge. Some big saves from Lentz in this one. I mean, quite frankly, this game should probably be 8-3 or something like that.
At least she's definitely kept the Tars in this game, and she's going to have to keep doing that if the Tars want to stay in this game.
Yeah, just great work there from Lentz so far, and really kind of switched the field earlier. 5 goals allowed, 6 saves, 55% for her on the evening. For Tampa in the cage, Bateller with no saves officially.
Yeah, and Rollins only has 3 shots on goal, and all 3 shots on goal have been goals. So if they could just keep creating more opportunities and more shots on goals, they could be in this game even more.
Tars are a high-shooting team. They outshoot their opponents by 4 goals a game, 33-29 on average this season. And they also put a lot of shots on goal as well. 65% of their shots on goal. Opponents only about 62% so far this season. Kind of not the story here tonight. However, Tars just not able to get enough shots off, it seems like.
Yeah, that's all it really is. If they could create more opportunities, that will be great for them.
Spartans control. Not cleared yet. Pass it all the way back to the draw circle and switch fields with a successful clear. And work it back behind. Swung over, right side, shoestring catch is handled. Ball on the deck, and it'll be battled for, challenged by the Tars. Tars lose their stick. We're gonna have a push called against the Spartans. Tars ball! And a Weber. Works it back through Lentz, far side. Weber controls. Tars with it now at midfield. Work it over and find Ryan. Ryan with a successful clear there. As they'll get passed off, and Tars will work that back behind. No, they'll swing it back up top left. Tars look to drive. Well defended by the Spartans. Swing it back up to Ryan. She'll look to drive. It's not there. She'll work it back behind. At X now. Coming around right side. Great roll underneath. Tars get their hands free. Shot misses the mark. Ground ball will be battled for and knocked out of bounds. Backed up by the Tars. They're closest to it. It's still a shot. There was no possession established. So it should be Tars are closest to it. Should be their ball. No, we're going to have a foul called. We're going to have a foul called against the Tars on that. Let's get the call here from the official.
Green card, 20 white. Cross check. 1 minute in the penalty box. 5:40 on the clock out of 4:40. It is
cross check called against the Tars. Abigail Isamigo will sit down for a minute. Pass misses the mark, will be on the ground. Foot race is going to be won by the Spartans to pick that one up at midfield. Nice check from the Tars, but quickly picked up by the Spartans. It's a nice handle right there. It's a great check, but a nice handle.
Yeah, amazing trail check. But Spartans were just able to repossess that ball.
Ball worked back behind. Pass misses the mark. That'll be Tars' ball. Let's see if we have anybody breaking right now. And Spartans are ready for that. They quickly break up field to shut off any fast break opportunity. Tars here near side as Weber will work that one off. Ball work far side.
Back to Ashley. She's been doing this all game, just legging it down the field for the clears.
And just clearing it with your feet. They'll lose the handle, and that one just came out of her stick weird and out of bounds, and an unforced error there turns it over to the Spartans. And, you know, when you're playing the 6th-ranked team in the country, it's just difficult to recover from mistakes like that. Tars will need to clean it up here, tail end of the second quarter.
Yeah. Especially against that this good of a team as in Tampa. You're not gonna want to create those little mistakes that Tampa's gonna capitalize on.
Yeah, you know, you're coming off of a man down opportunity, and just tough. Spartans controlling, directing some traffic. A couple cutters moving through now. We didn't see the off-ball cutters much to start this game. Now we're seeing it from the Spartans. That pass misses the mark. That'll make it all the way out of bounds, and that'll be Tar's ball. Weber works it in. Tar's now trying to get up that head of steam and get a successful clear as they're out at midfield. Work it up, find Ryan. Ryan, heavy traffic out there. Lay that one back and step over. Tars are offsides right now. Yeah, that's the right call. Tars were offsides right there. That'll switch the field. Tars will sit down for 1 minute as well.
And it's going to be another Tampa man up for another minute.
Here's pass that just would have been a change of possession right there, but it is a green card penalty now, and you know that's if you've got the ball, you've got free reign. Yeah. You can cross that restraining line and go over. You got to count on your teammates get a midi back in a situation like that. It's just tough. Ball worked over right side. Top right now for the Spartans. They'll take that step in. Well defended. Again, nice slide there by the Tars, who are 1 woman down. They'll knock it loose. Come away with the ground ball. In trouble, in traffic. They'll pull that one back. And nice trail check there. Will knock that one loose. Be picked up by the Tars yet again. They've got to get this one out and get some help. They do. And find it in the form of Weber here near side.
And Laura did a good job to move away from pressure and then to find Anna on the wide open pass.
8, 7, 6.
Weber controls yet again.
4, 3, 2, 1, release.
Tars were able to kill that man down.
Yeah, successfully cure the penalty, get a step in, and they'll slow things down now. 30 seconds gone by, and a pass misses the mark, and that will go out of bounds. And another unforced error gives it back to the Spartans. Tars come away with a nice goal, and it's this case of 2 steps forward, kind of 1 step back right now for the Tars. However, they're hanging tough, keeping that margin. Need that D to step up big right now, and just can't right there. And Spartans end up in the crease, but I guess we'll say that they were pushed and say the goal is good.
Yeah, that was Jill Callbaugh. She just took that right down the middle of the field and then just bounced it right past the goalie.
Incredibly athletic play. Took it all the way from past midfield and got that big bounce shot and, kind of fakes to her right. And again, gets Lentz moving to her left and shoots back across her body on the big bounce shot there. It was just that little move. She just kind of got her hands back a little bit to the right, got that bottom hand out a little bit more. And if you're a goalie, you can't wait for that ball to come out of the stick.
No, you have a split-second decision to make a reaction.
So, yeah, you've got to make that move and make that decision of what you're going to do, when that ball is in the stick. You've got to have the vision to be able to pick that up in the field. And we have a timeout here for an injured Tar player out there. Training staff assisting newbie off the field. She's coming off under her own power, though. We'll get back ready to go here as she'll be attended to by the training staff. Draw controls this evening, big in favor of the Spartans, 8-2.
Yeah, they're just continuing to do what they did last week against St. Leo, against the Tars now.
Ball is up, and great draw control there from the Tars. Come away with that one in the air. Nice move, slipping through a couple defenders. Pass almost gets picked off, but controlled yet again. If you're the Tars, you just need a good possession here. You don't need to come away with the goal, but you need a solid possession. You need to end with a good shot here.
And no reason to force anything right now. It's still a minute left in the first half. Down by 3, still plenty of time.
About a 5-second difference, shot clock and game clock. Shot clock being shorter. Tars will take this one to the right side.
Looks like they're gonna kill some time here to try and get that last possession.
Yeah, you need, it's so important, you know, how you start, but also how you end quarters and how you end halves.
It really
Eric.
is. Carry momentum into the next quarter, next half is a huge thing.
And sure, you'd love here to end with a goal, but you just want to end on a good possession here. We've had a few tough possessions from the Tars. They'll get up ahead to steam, slip a defender, nice move. We'll roll back underneath as we tick under 20 seconds on the shot clock, 25 on the game clock. Ball up top right, Mendez looks to her right, rolls back lefty, great move underneath, gets hammered to the ground. Wow, what a push. And is that gonna be a yellow card or a green card? No, just a foul, just a regular old foul. But an 8-meter opportunity nonetheless here.
With 16 seconds left.
Mendez sticking her right hand. Even weight. Look for half step. Shot and just misses the mark. Out of bounds back behind. Tars quickly need to pick that one up as clock is still running. Now we'll have a stoppage. Off the post behind. Only 4 seconds on the shot clock here for the Tars. Get back underway. Quick pass is going to miss the mark and be picked up by the Spartans. And that'll do it for the first half of action. And pretty strong possession to end that first half there for the Tars. Still take this 3-goal deficit into the half against the 6th-ranked team in the country. For Eric Covell, I'm Clark Sprinkle. We'll be back in about 8 minutes' time.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
This is what's called a vicious cycle. Fans yell at officials, more officials quit, fewer people want to be officials, quality of officials goes down, more fans yell at officials. Be a part of the solution. Act with respect and be official, human.
Everyone from the Princeton Review to Condé Nast Traveler regularly ranks Rollins as one of America's most beautiful college campuses. Zoom in, though. Take, for example, our conference-style learning environment. Consider the dozens of high-end laboratories and collaborative workshops. Drop in on the professional performance venues where our student artists hone their crafts. Stroll by the courts and playing fields where our student athletes develop lifelong leadership skills. Take a closer look at Rollins, and you'll realize our beauty runs deep.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
This is what's called a vicious cycle. Fans yell at officials, more officials quit, fewer people want to be officials, quality of officials goes down, more fans yell at officials. Be a part of the solution. Act with respect and be officially human.
Everyone from the Princeton Review to Condé Nast Traveler regularly ranks Rollins as one of America's most beautiful college campuses. Zoom in, though. Take, for example, our conference-style learning environment. Consider the dozens of high-end laboratories and collaborative workshops. Drop in on the professional performance venues where our student artists hone their crafts. Stroll by the courts and playing fields where our student athletes develop lifelong leadership skills. Take a closer look at Rollins, and you'll realize our beauty runs deep.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Welcome back to K Hall Sandspur Field. As the view here just a little over 2 hours ago. Artemis II on its way to the moon, first time since 1972. As 4 astronauts on their way out. And something that a lot of us who are born and raised here take for granted, but pretty cool to see, especially on a Wednesday evening, and a beautiful Wednesday evening it is. Hi, everybody. Clark Sprinkle here with you. Eric Covell joining me this evening. And Tars in this one, 6-3 is the score at the half. Eric, that second quarter really started out all Tampa.
Yeah, that second quarter was all Tampa on both sides of the ball, offensive and defensive. They were just causing turnovers and taking the opportunities and capitalizing on them, turning turnovers into goals. And that's something Rollins wasn't able to do in most of that second quarter. And they were able to do a little bit of that at the end of the second quarter, making the game 6-3.
Yeah, an interesting start there, but Tars, a few just kind of unforced errors, it seemed like, in that second quarter. They get those cleaned up here, and this could certainly be anybody's game, and that big swing there is going to be a slash. And, yeah.
Tampa's going to start with the penalty opportunity here.
And that's going to go against Virginia Stone. She'll sit down for a couple minutes. And so often you see it, you know, anytime that stick comes all the way through and contacts the ground like that, it's just an easy call for the official to make. And, you know, it's just one of those things. It's such one of those blatant things that they're going to call it sometimes. And, yeah, 13 turnovers for the Tars there in that first half. However, Tars 6 caused turnovers of their own, but Tars need some help here. They are one woman down, basically at the jump here of this second half. Ball worked back behind by the Spartans. A bit more of a pep in their step here for Tampa. They'll work it up, top center over top right.
Tars are really extending on defense, even though they're a woman down right now.
Yeah, not pursuing really too far back behind, as that'll be worked up top right, top left. Cutting off any opportunity of going through the middle. There's that drive through the middle. There's the shot. And Lentz can't get to that one, and that'll release the penalty. Peyton Howell with the goal there.
That's her 29th goal of the season. After just dodging one defender, taking it to the middle, and then putting it in the back of the net.
Yeah, just makes a nice dodge around, comes back lefty. Defense is on, takes that step out. So often you see those, you see attackmen and middies always needing to go to the goal to score. Does a really nice job there, does Powell, of taking a step back to get her hands free, get free, no risk at shooting space by doing that, and getting a nice goal there against Lentz. It's a hard thing to do, Eric. You're running forward, and then all of a sudden you take this jump back, and then you shoot forward. It's an awfully impressive thing to do. It's a great field there from Troutwine off the draw. And Tars lose their stick there.
A call.
Yeah, and I did not see that. I was looking at the change going on over here. I can't tell if that's a green or a yellow card. It's too far away from me at night. And it is a green card coming out against Tampa. We're going to have a conference here from the officials. Tars bench here fired up to our left. Illegal use of the stick is the call. Grace Lichtenberger. Oh, nope, check that. Isabella Avila.
After the Tars were able to kill their penalty time in the first part of the third quarter, now they're able to have a woman up opportunity.
Pass up top center. Bell works it off. And Tars lose the handle, and on the deck, who's going to come away with it? Spartans do. Nice cause turnover. Ball on the deck back again, but Spartans just come up with that ground ball.
And now they're on a fast break here.
Yeah, nice slide across. Tars need that secondary slide. It doesn't come. Are you kidding me? What a save from Lentz! Wow! Wow, what a save! What an incredible save. She was dead to rights. Shot right on top and goes off stick high to pick that one out of the air. Bell with the ball in the offensive end.
20 seconds!
We saw this earlier in the game where a save from Lentz switched the field, switched the momentum back to the Tars. Tars need a goal right here. Get momentum in their favor. This is a streaky game, and Tars need to get on one. However, ball's on the deck, knocked around, and too many black jerseys, not enough white jerseys, and that'll do it for the penalty. Back to full strength.
Yeah, Tampa has been really good at killing those penalty opportunities there.
Spartans will work it out at midfield. Nice check from the Tars, but back on the deck, they'll slip a defender. And a successful clear for the Spartans. Ball worked over. Top right, swung over, right side. Beating the defender, slide doesn't come, comes up late.
Another great save.
Wow, Lentz is just playing out of her mind again, off stick high.
That is her 8th save of the game.
Just
keeping it at a 4-goal game.
Fantastic stuff out of Alyssa Lentz this evening. She has been just great. Tars kind of got goalied in that men's game earlier tonight. Goalie was sitting at 74% save percentage.
Yeah, Florida Tech.
And you just can't do much when somebody's standing on their head like Florida Tech was. It's just impossible. And Lentz is keeping the Tars in touch on this one.
Yeah, without Lentz right now, this game would be a completely different ball game.
And again, unfortunately, an unforced error there for the Tars. Pass just off the stick and out of bounds, and that'll turn it over to the Spartans.
And that's their 16th turnover tonight. That's just too many against a good team in Tampa.
Yeah, Tars averaging 14 turnovers a game coming into this one, and we're only not even 4 minutes into the third quarter and already surpassed that number. And that'll be Spartans on the line, out of bounds, Tars ball. They can see that line down there, clear as day now, even though that's kind of the dark corner over there at K. Hall Sandspur Field.
The Tars are causing turnovers. They're just not capitalizing off of opportunities like
right there.
Right there. They cause a turnover. They turn the ball over themselves, giving it right back to Tampa.
It's just something that's so difficult to recover from. Tars are playing with a lot of heart out there, however, and they are, got a lot of fight in them tonight.
If they just clean up their passes a little bit, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, it could be a very different story in this game, and Tars can come back. Tars are used to this, to being down. They've had plenty of games this year where they fall behind 6-7 goals and then claw their way back into it. Tars are only down 4 right now. They've been down 4 plenty of times. Claw their way back. They're just going to have to do it again here tonight. Ball left side now for the Spartans, directing some traffic. Looking to drive, beat one defender, slide doesn't come, but shot misses the mark. Out of bounds back behind, hits nothing, no reset. They'll skip step and swung over right side. Top right now. Spartans sticking the right hand, go to the right, come back left. Nice slide across from the Tars. That secondary slide doesn't come. Pass underneath, shot taken, and a goal from the Spartans.
Yeah, 18 for 39.
Goal, Jill Koba with the goal there out of Collegeville, Pennsylvania. Audrey Cahoon with the assist. Just nice pass across, nice find, and a nice move for that underhanded little shovel shot there, that backhanded underhand shot. Just so hard to defend.
That's their second goal of tonight.
We've started to see that. We've started to see some, you kind of started to see that shot in the women's game, and you've seen it for a long time, but now you're starting to see some unique shots like that even in the men's game now. Some one-handed shots, plenty of behind-the-back shots.
It just opens up a different angle that you didn't have when it was in your right hand or left hand. Now you have a whole completely different angle you have.
And official came over, and we're going to switch the alternate possession back to Tars, as the mini traffic cone is now sitting right to my left. I am not in charge of that. Now, we switched the alternate possession back, but it was in favor of Tampa, but nothing transpired there. We're still going to have a draw, so I don't know.
I'm not too sure. It's kind of been like this the whole game. The refs haven't been saying exactly what's happening.
I'm not sure why the alternate possession got switched back, but it did. Because you would think you wouldn't have a face off of that. I'm not sure, but nonetheless, Tars come away with that draw. Pass misses the mark yet again, and that's going to go out of bounds and be Spartans' ball.
Yeah, it was just a great ride by Spartans, causing another turnover.
Yeah, it was a very nice ride. Tars were deep in their defensive end there and just couldn't dig their way out, but Spartans control. Ball top right. Swing it over top left. Top right, little skip step. Trying to go lefty, they do. Slip underneath, shot, goal, Spartans. Audrey Cahoon with the goal. Assisted on the last one, scores on that one.
That's the freshman's third goal of the game. Getting herself, third goal of the season, getting herself on the stat sheet for tonight.
Just makes a nice move up high, top right, goes to her left, fakes back to her right, keeps it in her right hand, doesn't come over lefty, and Tars, you see, make that slide across, expecting Cahoon to go and switch lefty, but she stays righty and gets a nice angle and a nice goal there.
Puts it off stick low. One of the hardest shots for a goalie to save.
Absolutely. Off stick low, it's the longest to get to, and it's just tough out there, and just a tough move to make, and Lent's not able to come up with that one. She's been great, though, tonight. Ball comes up out of the air. Tars knocked that one down. We're going to have a empty check foul there against. We're going to have a procedure called, and that's going to be Tars' ball, but we're going to say no, we're going to say it's Spartans' ball. Foul against the Tars. As a equipment foul out there. An assist to Josh on that call, as we had Abigail Isamigo losing her goggles out there, so an equipment violation. That's what that was. Shooting space call. Free position opportunity for the Spartans. Officials calling for a stoppage. Jenna Myhall on the 8-meter. Lentz with that wide stance. Or will Myhall put this one? She'll pull that one out and like to pass it off. As the Spartans will run some clock. There's the inlet pass, and again, they'll find the back of the net there, and Spartans have started to break this game loose to start the second half. Interesting choice there from Myhall to pull that one out, but does. Quick pass up high, and then as the Spartans just slip behind the defenders, get that little bit of space, and they're able to come away with a goal there.
And that was her second goal of the night, and it's just a nice little feed right inside. Couple steps, puts it right past the goalie.
Jill Koba with the goal.
Extending the lead to 7 now with a little over 8 minutes left in the third quarter.
Isamigo out there for the Tars. Balls comes out in favor of the Spartans. Who's on the line, and Tars come away with the ground ball there. Nice ground ball pickup there from Judge. Tars get knocked to the ground and lose the ball in the process, and it'll be back in favor of the Spartans. They'll work it down right on top of the crease. Great D from the Tars. They knock that one loose. They'll come away with the ball, take a shot. I haven't seen a signal yet from the officials. Could that be a dangerous shot? Could they wave this one off, or are they going to conference? No goal signal yet. Have not. No, we do. Okay, we're going to check the stick.
It is a goal.
Yeah, I didn't see the official signal a goal.
Oh.
Yellow card comes out. Let's see here.
I didn't see a signal for a goal either, but I saw the ref checking the stick.
Okay, I was looking at one official who kind of took a step in there. I did not see him signal a goal. Maybe another official signaled a goal. And we've got a cross-check called. See if we have a... Let's see what happens here. Officials coming over to confer a little bit. And that shot gets taken, almost a dangerous shot. The flag was up. I'm looking here. And Stone will sit down. Dangerous contact. I didn't see it. I also didn't see a goal signal called by any of the three officials.
I don't think any three of their officials did call for it. One of them just checked the stick. So that is the 5th goal for.
Yeah, it was a nice goal. I thought it might have been a dangerous shot almost in there. I couldn't quite see it on the.
Yeah, she did have a little high stick, but
you know.
Just didn't want to call that.
And I thought with the delay of everybody walking away and not seeing a goal signal called, I thought maybe that's what we'll see. But no, foul on the Tars.
Yeah, for another woman up opportunity for the Tampa.
Spartans work it over, left side, take a step in, well defended. To get this shot off, misses the mark, backed up by the Spartans. And Head coach Tom Kenley says, no, I think the Tars were closest to that one. And are we going to switch it back and say the Tars get it now? They are. Okay, they're going to change their mind. I thought the Tars were closest. I'm not in a great position to see that.
Well, Tars on the field also thought they were closest.
I thought I saw the signal. I thought I saw the official signal Spartans ball.
Oh, she did. At first, they definitely did say it was Spartans ball, and then they did change it.
Okay, all right. Tars now trying to clear. One woman short at the moment and will be for another minute 6. Tars up here across midfield, streaking right in front of us, and Ashley Thurston is into offensive third.
And she's been doing this all game, just clearing the ball with her legs.
And there's a timeout called by head coach Tom Kenley as Thurston was in trouble.
Great timeout.
Yeah, the double team was on, and you know you can do that when you've got an extra player out there. And eventually get that timeout called. They'll have one more for the second half, and Tars have to do something here. It's been 2 goals in that first quarter, 1 in that second, and then so far blanked here in this third, and it was all Spartans to start that second quarter. Tars kind of calmed them down a little bit, but this third quarter has also been all University of Tampa.
It's all Spartans, and it's hard when Rollins can't get a shot off. They haven't got a shot on goal since their third goal.
Yeah, and Tars only 3 shots on goals, 3 goals on 3 shots on goal, but just really struggling to get shots off so far. Only 9 so far this evening. They average 33 a game. And it's just a huge difference maker in this game right now. Tars just not able to get the ball to the net. Look, when they've got the ball to the net, it's gone in.
It has. They just need to find a way to get the ball at the net more. More shots, more opportunities. They already have 19 turnovers, and there's a little less than 7 minutes into the third quarter. So
yeah, just a tough position for the Tars, and Tars haven't beaten the Spartans in almost 5 years, Eric, and this is a great rivalry in sports. University of Tampa versus Rollins, and Rollins is kind of I will say was the standard bearer for lacrosse in much of D2, and certainly in the Sunshine State Conference and Florida as a whole. Really, the first program to have both men's and women's lacrosse teams in the state of Florida was Rollins College, all the way back in 2008, and Tars have had a couple of great runs, NCAA semifinals over the years and everything, but you've had Florida Southern win a national championship, and Tars are playing the back-to-back national champions right now. 2 national championships, 24 and 25 for the Spartans, as they are trying to defend that title. Both of those games won against Adelphi, which is a dynasty to end all dynasties in this sport. And nice check there, caused turnover, will go the way of the Spartans.
Yeah, it's just another turnover for the Tars. And when they're doing this, they're not creating any opportunities. And Tampa's just capitalizing on each time they're getting the ball from them.
Spartans into the offensive third. They're 1 woman up at the moment. But
4, 3, 2, 1, release.
Tars now back to full strength. Ball swung up, top right. Spartans with it, right side, looking to drive. They'll make a nice pass off shot and a goal from the Spartans, and that momentum is just swinging their direction right now. Bullock credited with the goal out of Saratoga, New York.
For a 19th goal of the game, 9th of the season.
Just that quick pass across, and it just gets out of her stick quickly.
That's been almost all of Tampa's goals all night, that quick feed inside, quick shot.
It's just so hard. It's tough to defend, yes. but it's just impossible if you're a goalie. You see, Lentz kind of stepping up balls at midfield, and she's in position for the ball carrier. That pass comes across. It's just so difficult to make that step across and be in the right position on that quick pass. What you hope for is you hope somebody gets it who, they throw that extra cradle in there, get that extra little half step, and it gives you a chance to get over, get your body in position to make a save there. But you're seeing just a little half cradle, just settle the ball and get the ball out of your stick, and Tampa will come away with that draw control right there. They'll work it back behind. This margin has now extended out to 9 goals for the Spartans. They'll field it up at midfield, or up at the out past the 12 rather. But ball put on the deck. Great check from the Tars. However, they put it back on the deck. Nice check from the Spartans. Tars come up with the ground ball and come away with that one. They're across midfield, but wow, beautiful trail check. Knocks that one loose. Spartans pick it up and quickly worked out to midfield. And Spartans will be wise here to keep running some clock here, keep the Tars on their heels. Takes a lot more work to run backwards than it does to run forwards, Eric. And, when you're playing defense and trying to run backwards, it just wears you down, and these long defensive possessions are starting to wear down the Tars' D.
Yeah, you can see it on their slides, and rotations are getting a little slower.
All swung up top center. Spartans swing it over left side, trying to take that step in. It's not there. Well defended. Worked right into the double team, and that pays off. Tars pressuring out past the 12. They lose their footing, and Barta steps up big, but again, nice D there from the Tars. Here we are talking about being on their heels and being tired. They're not listening to us, thankfully, out there, Eric. They look strong. Nice move across, that shot across. Nice save there from Lentz, and again, that shot getting Lentz moving to her left and shooting back across her body to her right side. Lentz has got that one red now, comes up big on that save. It was a stick side low shot. Nice save there from Lentz.
Yeah, it's a great save for her, 9th save of the night. Now Rollins really just needs to settle this and get a really long offensive possession, give a break to their defense.
Tars trying to clear it up, but it seems like Spartans have 14 or 15 players out there right now. And a nice check. Tars just lose the handle, and we're heading back the other direction. Stick out in front, and Spartans have a chance at a fast break here. They'll head right to the cage. There's that slide across. Barta does a nice job of getting back. She has been up and down this field all night. Swung up top center, and Barta does a great job of slowing down that fast break at the last minute, but nonetheless, still shutting down that lane. Ball swung over right side. Spartans swing it back up top left. They'll drive. Nice slide up across, and we're going to have a stoppage. We're going to have a legal use of the stick called. I was going to say, that can't be a shooting space, and it wasn't. But I believe it was an illegal use of the stick call. That will put Tampa on the 8-meter. They'll take 3 steps. Lefty shot finds the back of the net on the low bounce shot. And that 10-goal margin, that'll run that clock.
And now that, for her second goal of the game, that is now her 30th goal on the season for Payne Howell.
And Howell kind of takes that angle, right at the middle, but keeps the stick in her left hand. So often you see players switch and go righty in that situation, and keeps it in her left hand, ends up with a great angle, and gets a goal.
It right by.
Nice Migo out there for the Tars, but draw comes up in favor of the Spartans. 13-6 now at the draw circle. Spartans swing it over right side, back behind. They can hold for the final shot here. They could hold it and start the fourth quarter with possession. However, they put it on the deck, but quickly gather it back up. Only have about 15 seconds with it if they did that, however.
It looks like they're trying to get something off here. Looking for cutter and opportunity.
Sparta loses their footing, beats a defender, and Spartans take a step in. Nice check. Ball on the deck. They'll be picked back up, worked over left side. There's that drive in. Shot misses the mark, and that will fly over top of the goal. Out of bounds back behind. Spartans just pick it up and work it over right side with 3 seconds remaining now. 19 on the shot clock. They'd be wise to just hold on to this one. They do. They'll start the fourth quarter with the ball.
And they'll have about 15 seconds left on the shot clock to get something off.
As with 3 quarters in the book, a now 10-goal margin, and Tars were kept off the board, the scoreboard, that entire third quarter. Just couldn't get anything going.
Yeah, Tars couldn't even get a shot on goal that whole quarter. Tampa's defense was sound, good rotations, good sliding. They caused a lot of turnovers, created opportunities off of those turnovers.
Yeah, and you know, Lentz has kept the Tars in this one for a long time, but you know, you can only kind of do so much. It seems like a lot of the times, and catching up with her a little bit. Now 41% save percentage, 13 goals allowed, 9 saves for her. Depends on how you want to calculate. Look at this one. Bottler, no saves for her. No saves for her. 3 goals allowed. Tars just can't get the ball to the net. You know, 3 shots on goal and just shots in general. Only 9 shots so far in this game. You gotta shoot the ball, and you gotta have possession to do it. And unfortunately, turnovers have been the story for the Tars in this one. 22 turnovers for the Tars on this one. 12 for the Spartans. Certainly not a clean game for the Spartans either, but just not the performance you need against the 6th-ranked team in the country. When University of Tampa comes to town, you got to lock down those turnover opportunities, and Tars have just struggled with that here this evening.
Even if Tars were able to capitalize off of the Tampa's turnovers, but they haven't even been able to do that at all this game.
So we'll get ready for this fourth quarter of action. 15 minutes on the clock. Angelina Vital will step in to the cage for the Tars here this evening, and you know, officially you will have Lentz finishing with that 41% save percentage on the evening, and she was fantastic for much of the game, and you know, stopped a lot of shots that she had no business stopping, quite frankly.
Beginning this game, she kept this game close.
Margin now out to 10. Running clock here in this fourth quarter. Spartans start with the ball, but only 5 seconds to shoot now. They're up there at top center. Inlet pass misses the mark on the deck, and that will do it. Did we not? Why didn't we not have the shot clock went off? Why did the possession not change? Was there a save there?
I
didn't see a save.
It came off of Mary Kay Person's stick and then went to the ground. I think the buzzer should have been called there for a shot clock violation.
It absolutely was a shot clock violation.
kind of been like the story all night long.
Oh, Eric, this is a fairly clean game, I would say, from the officials. Actually, that being said, I thought I heard the shot clock go off.
Oh, I heard it. You were not the only one.
Okay, but yeah, play continued, and anyway, we're back the other way now, and Tars end up losing it, and Spartans with the ball. Everybody locked off. However, now the Spartans find an opening. Quickly work it over right side, trying to drive. It's not there. They'll pull that back out, swing it over left side. Ball at X. Tars look to jump it. They do. Great move there. Stepping in front of that one is Thurston. Thurston again clearing the ball with her feet.
She's been doing that all night long.
Yeah, we need a tracker, a pedometer on her to know how much she has run up and down this field all night long. I mean, she has run the length of the field 5-6 times, it seems like here.
At least.
We'll have a foul. I think we're going to have a card coming out. Illegal use of the stick is going to be the call. And some clarification there from on that shot clock. It looked like now that the Tars took over possession with about 1 second left on the shot clock. All worked over, right side. Bell fakes to her right, goes to her left, pulls that one back out. Looks to re-attack. Gets up ahead of steam, and a shot and a save. First save of the evening for the Spartans. It's a nice shot, and, hey, it's a good place to start here. Get something to the net.
It is. It's the first shot on goal since the second quarter, so at least it's something to build off of.
Now you got to have some little victories out there, and that'll be one. That'll be another nice ground ball right there from the Tars. They'll come up with that one. And you got to have these little victories out there. And the Tars are going to step out of bounds, and it will be Spartans' ball.
8, 7, 6, 5.
What is the call there on the far side of the field? Where we have a delay of game warning, I believe, against the Tars. Spartans' ball.
2, 1, release!
Spartans will successfully clear that into their offensive third, work it over right side. Swung back behind at X. Coming around right side, no left side, up above the GLE. They'll drive, get the shot off. Vital can't get to that one. And that'll stretch it out to a now 11-goal lead.
That's Payne Howell's third goal of the night for her hat trick to extend the lead to 14-30.
Stick check is good. Now there's a lot of talk this year in the offseason, obviously being a rule change year, about possibly doing away with the stick check after the goal. We used to see it before the game. Every player would get their stick checked. Captains or coaches could call for a check during the game. And we've been, since instituted this stick check on every goal scorer's goal. There was some talk about possibly doing away with that this year. It stayed in. But Eric, I can't tell you the last time I saw a goal called back for an illegal stick. It's been years. It has been years since I've seen that.
Me personally, I've never seen it.
I think you saw it a little bit more frequently when the rule was first initiated, but I have not seen a goal called off in years now. But we will have to wait until 2028 for that, which that was 11, 13 pages or whatever it was, the quick reference guide for all the rule changes this year. Everything is different this year in this sport. I mean, literally every rule has been changed. Everything has been changed this year. It's a difficult thing to do because the game is played differently now, especially with a lot of the green cards. We saw that kind of scourge of green cards at the beginning of this season, where it seemed like we were up into the 20-plus green cards a game. It's a lot of stoppages. It's cleaned up quite a bit, and another goal there from the Spartans as the season has gone on. Of course, we've seen, this rule about setting the stick down after the shot become an issue here this season. And just a nice shot there from the Spartans. Nice passing behind the cage, attacking from low to high, getting those hands free and just beating Vital stick side. And it's a hard thing to do to be an official in this sport with so many changes.
Yeah. Keep adjusting each year, year after year.
Yeah, well, thankfully it's only every 2 years that they have a rule change year. But this is a rule change year, and I tell you what, they got their money's worth this year.
That was also Mary Kate Person's 6th goal of the night. So now she is at 7 points with 6 goals and 1 assist.
Draw control coming on this now 12-goal margin. And Isamigo comes away with that one and directs that one to Torpy. She'll come up with it. She's got help near side, looks over, and nice job backing that one up is Hannah Drickhammer.
Yeah, they subbed right after each other, and she was just right there for that missed pass.
And a timeout called by head coach Tom Kinley, calls that one at the box.
With just a little under 8 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, and nice called timeout. Tars in a little bit of trouble there. And, look, you're in a deep hole now, and really this is one of those character-building moments and character-building games that, they're tough situations to be in if you're a player, down by 12. You start the season with these really high hopes and in these really exciting moments and hoping for a chance to get that first win over University of Tampa in 5 years' time. And it looks like it's kind of slipping away here for the Tars here this evening, but certainly a lot of new faces we've seen out there tonight who have really shown a lot of promise, a lot of nice future ahead for the Tars. And look, you're going to have these moments, and it's how you respond to them. And really, Tars have an opportunity here in these final 8 minutes of this one to set that tone. I think for the rest of the season. What do you want to do? Yeah. What are we going to do out there? How are we going to handle this?
Try and call back for the 8 minutes, or are you just going to sit there and just let it happen? But when you have the rest of the season coming up and in conference play against Florida Tech next week, you're going to need to keep building off of something. So finishing up this game, full effort, not letting it get more out of hand, will build off of something for the rest of the season.
The gauntlet awaits on the road against Florida Tech. They're the 19th ranked team in the season. Tars played them earlier this year, got a 15-14 win here at home. That was a non-conference game, however, on the road against Lynn. At home against Florida Southern. Shot off the pipe. Gets dug up there by Tampa. Looks like they fixed their goggles there. We're back on their way. And a timeout called by Kelly Gallagher. At home against Florida Southern, the second-ranked team in the country, to cap off the regular season home schedule coming up on April 11th. And then that final game of the regular season at Palm Beach Atlantic, taking on the Sailfish for that final regular season game. The Sunshine State Conference has just been fantastic top to bottom this year. It has been last year, the year before. It has been for about the past decade or so. This sport obviously, kind of being dominated in historical times from the Mid-Atlantic and really, we talked about Adelphi a little bit earlier. That is absolutely a dynasty in the sport of Division II women's lacrosse. I don't have enough fingers and toes to count however many championships they've won, but they have been an absolute force in the Northeast 10 Conference and all of those conferences from up in the north. And we've really seen this shift over the past, call it, close to a decade now, of the center of the lacrosse world of D2 women's lacrosse is right here. This is the absolute toughest conference to play in Division II. And add to that, the number one team in the country right now is Flagler, who's not in the Sunshine State Conference. I'll never understand why they're not exactly, but that's not for me to decide, certainly. But Flagler, just an absolutely prominent, just really strong team right now. Lacrosse is alive and well here in this state. Ball left side for the Spartans. They get a quick shot and a quick goal there to extend that lead.
That's another goal for Payne Howell. She now has 6 points on the night.
Just a nice pass up high. Spartans have had a lot of success just attacking from high to low here. Just make that drive down and step across and beat Vital there to find the back of the net.
It's been like that all night, just coming across the middle of the field, just shooting a cross body. It's just, that's been Tampa's recipe for success basically the whole game.
Spartans come up with the ground ball there. Step it into their offensive third. And we'll have a foul. I thought that was off the ball. Green card comes off. I just didn't see that. Offsides is the call against the Tars. Tars are offsides there. Carson Crystal called offsides.
Issue to number 18, Crystal, 1 minute for offside. This penalty is releasable.
Swung up top center. Side left and back behind now for the Spartans. They'll run through X, skip it all the way up, top right. Swung over top left. Nice movement from the Spartans. Nice defense from the Tars. Ball at X, right side now. Trying to look underneath, it's not there. Well defended. All top left. Tars are out there on an island. This shovel shot. Wow, what a shot. And there's another one for the highlight reel.
And another one for Payne Howell, now her 5th.
Just nice awareness there. And we've started to see this level of creativity in the sport of women's lacrosse really come to the fore of just different ways to shoot. Back in my day, there was one way to shoot. It was an overhanded shot, and you got to take the bounce shot. Always got to shoot the bounce shot. And I think what we've started to see in all of these, in the men's and the women's game, Eric, is just get shots to the cage.
Yeah,
get shots on goal.
However you could get it.
Make the goalie make a save and see what you can do. And it's just so hard if you're a goalie. You're used to. It's hard enough to make a save in this game, but when it's coming out of a stick, shot underneath, off of somebody's ankle level, it's darn near impossible.
Yeah, makes it much harder than it already is.
Ball up top right, inlet pass, in traffic, shot, goal, Spartans. That was a pretty play right there. Caitlin Price credited with the goal, junior out of Lutz, Florida. Steinbrenner High School product. Nice pass inside, turn and shoot, and just does a good job of getting her hips around, finding the back of the net, and getting a nice goal there.
Yeah, Tampa is not letting up at all for these last 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Extending the lead to 15 now.
Judge will check in for the Tars. And Tars will check out, and that's going to be a foul on the Tars. That's going to be a procedure on the Tars that had too many people out there, and that's another new rule this year with the reset. And actually, officials should not have set the draw up for that, but nonetheless, delay a game there. Possession goes in favor of the Spartans. Ball worked up, top left. Swung over, right side. Now Spartans looking to drive. Nice slide there by the Tars.
Looking to get it something inside.
Pass it off, top right. Nice move underneath. Nice slide by the Tars. They'll knock the ball loose, but Spartans will pick that one back up. Tampa has done such an excellent job. When they lose the handle, they field it, and they field it cleanly every single time, it seems like. It's not, bouncing around in the stick and trying to dig it up off the deck. It's in the stick and in control almost right away. And the Tars take over possession. Yeah, and Tars take over possession. Nice pass out there at midfield. They'll step it into the offensive end now. Swing it over. Left side. Get up ahead of steam. Shot off the pipe. Out of bounds, back behind. Tars back that one up. That hit a tree and bounced back into the field of play. Ball coming around right side. Turn, shot, save made. Quick pass up at midfield, and the Spartans will lose the handle, but Tars will not be able to come up with that ground ball. Spartans will switch that field again. Inlet pass, Tars will try to come up with this ground ball, get up that head of steam, get the bottom hand low, in a collision there at midfield as you get two bodies trying to occupy the same spot, and it just doesn't work. Slow whistle, that's going to put the Spartans on the 8-meter. Ours had an extra player out there for a minute. Nope. Now we're getting it ironed out. Ayers checks on. Hunter now heading out there as well. All over the left side, back behind. Tars jumping that pass, knocked that one loose, but Spartans pick it back up. Pass across and back behind, misses the mark, out of bounds. It'll be Tars' ball. Love to see what you can do here with 1 minute remaining. And on a high note here for the Tars. They work it over right side. Far side of the field. Nice pass up there towards midfield in traffic. However, is going to hit the deck and be picked up by the Spartans. Katie Hunter sprinted to the sideline. Great trail check there from the Tars. Oh, come on. I thought that was a nice trail check, but I guess not, and just kind of caught the Spartans off guard there. Let's hope they're okay. And I we saw the replay kind of pop up there, but didn't catch it there. Josh will pull that one up again, and that's a nice trail check. Did their feet get stuck together there, Eric? I didn't.
Yeah, I think their feet got stuck together after the check.
I think the check just kind of caught her off guard. She wasn't expecting it, and it was a nice trail check.
Herself.
Yeah.
Rollins has been good at that all night with the trail checks, just hasn't been able to fully get the ball back after the trail check.
I guess they're going to call a foul or of something on the Tars. Tars knocked that one loose, and then we had a stoppage for an injured player down. But give the ball back to the Spartans, and that'll do it from K-Hall Sanspur Field as the Tampa Spartans knock off the Tars. And with that, certainly not the performance they were hoping for here this evening, but nonetheless, a fun one, and you know, just struggled a little bit. Great first quarter, great start. Tars came out great. You know, came out great. It was tied up for the longest time, and the Spartans just kind of wedged that door open a little bit, got it cracked open a little bit more, and then kind of blew it wide open in that second half.
Yeah, that end of the second quarter, they started picking up momentum, and then going into that third quarter, they just started off hot, scoring 7 goals in that third quarter. Rollins couldn't score anything after that third goal all the way in that early in that second quarter. Only putting up 6 shots on goal, 3 shots in the second half. That's just not going to get it done against a high-ranked team like this in Tampa.
Yeah, goal scorers for the Spartans: Person with 6, Howell with 5, Kobal with 3, Bullock with 1, Price with 1, Cahoon with 1, Van La Dricken, easy for me to say, with 1 as well. And for Tampa, 27 shots on goal for them. Turnover battle there for Tampa. 18 turnovers, certainly not a clean game for the Spartans there. However, a huge difference there. 26 turnovers for the Tars here this evening. Your goal scorers: Thurston with 1, Nickel with 1, and Mendez with 1 for the Tars. 2 goalies seeing time. Lentz, 13 goals allowed, 9 saves for her, 41% on the evening. Vital, 5 goals allowed, no saves for her officially on this one. And with that, the Tars will head on the road coming up here this weekend at Florida Tech, the 19th ranked team in the country. They'll be taking them on. We'll have that on the Sunshine State Conference Network for you here coming up this weekend. I will not be on that one, though. So on that note, Eric, certainly enjoyed it this evening.
This was a great time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and enjoyed it. And on that note, for Eric Covell, my name's Clark Sprinkle. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Until next time, good night, everybody.